Okay, cool. Let's make sure audio is coming from the right thing. Snowball, okay, cool. Okay, so this is gonna be Sausage Sports Club weekly update. I just want to make a tweet before I start. Yes. Something real dumb. Okay. Is this recording at like a low frame rate? Oh, 30 FPS. Uh-oh. Okay, I need to re-import. Okay. Where's my thing? Hey, welcome, DigiFudge. Yeah, like I said, I'll get started in a second. I just want to make this tweet. Saying that the thing is starting. Export, save for web. All right. Really small GIF, unsurprisingly. Okay, Twitter. What else am I talking about? Expecting a day one patch. New prototypes. Link. Yep, that's a dumb GIF if I've ever seen one. Okay. That said, let's start the weekly update. This is something I do every week. There's a few reasons I do it. Basically, the gist is like every week I work on my game. I'm trying to ship a commercial game, and definitely snooze. And by talking about it every week and keeping a record of that, it's useful for a few reasons. One is I think it's useful for students and new developers to kind of have this sort of resource of somebody every week working on a game, talking about what was hard, what was rewarding, what was important that they spent their time on, that kind of thing. Two is a marketing thing of if I talk about the game more and my work more, then more people will know about it, and that's obviously good. Third is to keep a record of my process so that in 10 years or whatever I can look back and see like this is what it was like to make Sausage Sports Club. My memory is not amazing, so it's cool. It will be cool in the future to be able to like look back and be like, oh yeah, I remember that from from that project. That was an interesting design problem, or I learned a lot from working on that, whatever. And then the last one is sometimes people will join the chat and teach me something new, and then I get better at making games, and that's cool. So that's why I do this. This week and the last maybe like month and a half have been less like like development, like working on the game directly, you know, programming stuff, adding features, making art, stuff like that, and has been more of like marketing plan and trailer planning and writing blog posts and like waiting on certification, fixing little bugs for certification and resubmitting. So it's been like much less actual like work on the game time, and that's fine. Like that's where the game should be this close to launch. So so that's where it's at now. That's also kind of why I skipped last week and skipped not 2 weeks ago, but like 3 weeks ago. I've been doing every other week, and that's just because there's not as much stuff to talk about because I'm doing logistics work instead of every day like typing lines of code or making art and stuff. So it's not as interesting, and it's not always stuff I can talk about. But anyway, let's get into the stuff I can't talk about from this week. Lotcheck, that's submission to release the game on Switch. As you will know if you've watched before, but won't know if you haven't, I've submitted a bunch of times in the past, and there's always been like little, ranging from little to big issues that need to get fixed for launch, and like slowly over time they've been going away as I fix them. But there was a long portion of development where I wasn't just fixing stuff, I was like submitting to cert and also like adding new features as I went, and if you add new stuff you're going to create more bugs or break old features, and so I was kind of like shooting myself in the foot and maybe wasting the Lotcheck team's time a little bit by not like waiting until my features and content were more locked down to submit. But like I said, now I'm like totally done working on the game except for bug fixes, so every time I resubmit there are definitely fewer bugs, there's like less stuff wrong. And I think this most recent submission is going to be the one that is like the one that comes with the download or whatever, if that makes sense. I want to try to get a day one patch out, but we'll see. Basically with this submission, this is the first one where I've gotten issues back that were so minor that the majority of players won't notice them and it won't affect their experience. So this is the first time I've been like, okay, I want to get a waiver for these, I'll fix these in a patch, but let's not like hold up approving the build because of these kinds of issues. And there were two of those. It was that the uh-oh, my internet is fucked up. Let's see if it comes back. We're getting some data. Maybe that fixed it? Let's look at chat. Looks like it might be recovering. Anybody in chat like say what the quality of the stream is? Does it seem like it's working, or because my like upload rate is varying wildly? Looks decent. I'm gonna just keep talking and maybe it'll get better, and if it doesn't then I'll just retread some ground. That'll be okay. Okay, what was I saying? So issues like got fixed other than the video. If you can hear audio, that's fine because I'm not really showing footage, but let me know if the audio gets really fucked up and I can like reset my internet, but I don't think that's gonna fix whatever this problem is. Anyway, when you play a match, at the end of the match there's like a screen that pops up and you can pick to either like play another match or go back to the overworld or main menu depending on where you log into this match from, or you can shuffle your teams, shuffle the game mode, or shuffle all, which is supposed to shuffle both the team and the game mode. And this, one of the reported issues was that clicking shuffle all didn't shuffle the teams, it just shuffled the game mode. That's obviously not ideal, not expected behavior, so that's like a totally valid issue. But also it's not a game breaking issue. It's like potentially something you wouldn't notice, or, and it's definitely annoying if it doesn't work, but it's not gonna like break your experience completely. So that's something I requested a waiver for, meaning that I'm not gonna halt this build. I would like to not stop this build